Here we are again, Brother Peter, with tidbits from the Word. I would say this, right up front in Psalm 10, that God is with thee in spite of the fact, if you're a Christian, He is with thee in spite of the fact that the heathen rage and run rampant today in the nation. And the thought of God, the God of heaven, is not out there. One of my favorite, I can say, of all places to witness and talk to people is at the gas pumps. I usually pull into where there are several pumps. I sometimes have to pay a little more there just so that I can witness to those people. And I'll get the people on the right and the people on the left. And when I go in and pay for my gas, I'll hand a tract out to the young man and young lady and say, hey, if you died right now, would you go to heaven? Leave that statement. And many a times they'll say, you gave me one of them the other day. And I say to them, did you read it? Did you look at my website? Are you thinking about following God? Sometimes they'll say, yeah. Hey, sometimes they'll say, I did look at it. And I say, well, continue to look at it and grow in the Lord and invite them to church or whatever. Chapter 10. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hast thou thyself in times of trouble? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? Do you know why? Because you haven't sought Him in good times. If you seek Him in good times, He will be there in the times of trouble when you need Him. If you wait until the car is choking and you're beside the road, you waited too long to put gas in it. When it said almost empty, you say, well, I can make it another mile. Well, you can make it that one more mile. You can be sitting on the interstate too, and you have to get you a can or a jug and go get gas and bring it back and put it in it. So you need to be prepared. We need to be prepared as we are in putting gas in our vehicle so we can get in our destination, as we need to be to stand up today against the wicked. The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in derision or devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. To covet everything but God. Today, majority of people are coveting everything but God, the God of heaven, the God that created the heavens and the universe, and the God that made it. God has allowed people today to lose their true thinking, their true brain up here. It baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. I pull into the gas station and I open my wallet and I know I've got this $20 for gas. That's it. There's not another penny that you can't buy a pack of gum, nothing else. All you have in your pocket is gas money. All you have your weekly gas money. In my case, it's over $100. Just from here to the church that I go to is $5 every single time that I make it, or more. It's according to whether I just stop at the church and come directly home. I can do it sometime with $5, but usually it's $7 or $8, and I make it 6 or 7, 8 times a week. And so it's the majority of all my money goes in the gas tank. And the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in his thoughts. Now, I said what I just said about spending that money. When I think about these guys, they go in and buy lottery tickets. And before they get in their car, they've scratched it and thrown it on the ground. And it was nothing. And they could have put that gas, they put on that lottery ticket. That money they put on that lottery ticket, that could have went in the gas tank. They won't fill up. They'll buy $5 or $6 worth of gas when they need 25, and buy the lottery tickets. The devil has duped people today into gambling. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And so he has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's trouble. His mouth is full of cursing, and his deceit and fraud under his tongue, his mischief and vanity. It irks me to no end. I helped some poor folk yesterday, and they were bringing some stuff to the pawn shop, and they pawned it. And before they left the store, they went down and took some of that pawn money in the one-armed bandit and jerked that handle. It breaks my heart to see the devil has got such a hold on people today. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. Hey, the devil is not for anything good. Everything that he owns or does, he layeth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor. And when he draweth him into his net, he crusheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. I see every single solitary place I go nowadays, those machines. They've got them everywhere. Everywhere. Restaurants. Everywhere. They're everywhere. And there are people who cannot walk by one without dropping some money in it, thinking they're going to get it. When I was a kid, one of the biggest gambling things that I saw out there was that machine that had quarters, had a whole pile of quarters on it, had this thing pushing the quarters out, and you drop another quarter in thinking your quarter is going to make it push $10 worth of quarters off the edge of that cliff. It won't do it. It won't do it. I've seen people put quarters in for a week and never a quarter drop off the edge of that cliff somehow. They got that machine figured to where it will pile them up, make them look like something. Every once in a while, drop a little bit of a handful off, but not regular. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hath hidden his face. He will never see it. Arise, O Lord God, lift up thine hand, and forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked condemn God? He hath said in his heart, Thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite, to requite it with thy hand. And the poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. What he's saying here is, have some mercy in verse 15 on that wicked man. Break his arm. So he can't put no money in that machine. Hinder him. Terrible. Put him in bad shape. Put him in the hospital. Do something to keep him from going down there with his whole paycheck and putting it either in the liquor store or in the gambling machine. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more be oppressed. That day is going to come when the man of the earth is going to be freed from that depression. When will that be? That'll be in the new heaven and the new earth. It ain't going to be in this one. This one right here is going to go until God has to destroy it in its wickedness. Well, we'll see you next time. So, bye-bye.